My mother was a strong Christian, hardworking, 2 jobs, feed the family, pay all the bills, in light of an abusive, alcoholic, violent husband. My mother had been in the hospital on or off for about 1.5 years. In her absence in the hospital, I realized, man, my mother hugged me, cheered for me, and my father didn't. I'm about to be unencouraged. I'm about to be alone in this world, loveless. My biggest cheerleader was out of here. Who is going to cheer me through this hellhole? At that moment, I felt nobody. Now I'm getting cheered on by people who've never been cheered on. Cheered on about drugs, sex, as a young boy. So all the cheering on now became the celebration of decadence, no longer the challenge for advancement, for greatness. I fell apart, lived out my pure unbelief between sexual promiscuity, drinking, wilding, everything. I began to experience nightmares and fear of death, and the real aloneness sent back in. I'm dishonoring my mother. I'm dishonoring God. Now I'm kind of realizing I'm really not a Christian. And so I got to become a Christian. I started going to church. We do this evening Bible study where we can ask questions. First time in my life I could ask questions. I started to like this stuff. This felt like college. This felt like the world of intelligence that I was told to always be. Challenge the system, learn, understand, develop. I go the route of wanting a degree, so I talked to Reformed Theological Seminary. Rick Canada said, come here and talk to me. And he told me I was gonna be an RTS student and I wasn't gonna pay $1. And I said, okay, I like you, Mr. Rick Canada. More single-parent homes in the city of Camden than any other city in America. 45 to 50% below the poverty rate, highest in the country. 44% of the people in the city have a high school diploma. Those who don't have it, they average 9th grade. 2012 led the country in murder. RTS's impact for me is when I look out and I see RTS students on my block impacted because someone invested in them. RTS invests in us to bring about comprehensive change for the glory of Christ. So I go back to Rick Cannon and I say, Rick, you did this for me. However, you believe that you have the right information, the right schools to prepare preachers to change the bad city. But how come you don't bring that to the bad city? We can change the city if RTS helps us educate. By God's grace, RTS Camden, RTS Detroit, RTS Flint, Michigan, one of the most impoverished cities. I want to see a multifaceted, multi-generational educational stream that will change the world long after we're dead. He says, what do you need, Doug? I said, I need some scholarships. He said, sure. That's it? I don't have to fight you? He said, we can make this difficult. I said, no, I'm good. I 100% believe that God is working through Reformed Theological Seminary. God has used them in so many ways. In one way is breaking down a racial divide and a socioeconomic divide through recruiting and scholarshiping African Americans. That's 2 divides just pow with scholarship. RTS has inspired me as they've contributed to my education to try to impact at every level and every sphere of life. There's a level of opportunity that's been created. And I think we'll plant more missional churches that plant churches, biblically sound preachers. I think that's what's going to happen. And RTS is the catalyst to that, because there is nobody running to the inner city to give away degrees. Nobody.